Hello everybody, welcome to Weekly Crypto. Today we are going to talk about survival guide during financial crisis. With the total collapse of the financial system in 2007 and 2008, the Federal Reserve print trillions and trillions of dollars to save the big bank and other brokerage firm. And former Fed Chairman Berkey tried to create a wealth effect. It's basically printing money out of thin air. We are on morphine for 10 years. The stock market is at all-time high along with the real estate. And yet we are at the slowest economic growth in history. With GDP is only 2 to 3%. We are at the long stretch of the bull market. This is not sustainable. Well, are you ready for the next financial crisis? So be sure you have cash, gold, and silver outside the banking system. A lot of people, they like to put gold and silver in the safe deposit box, but during financial crisis, the government may freeze the account, and also they may confiscate your gold and silver. And make sure you have at least 30 days of cash covering expenses, assuming the ATM machine has no money for withdrawal or they impose a daily limit. In Venezuela, with the financial crisis over there, you can withdraw equivalent to $3. I mean, with hyperinflation, $3 is you don't have enough money to get by. And also with the turmoil and everything, a lot of people will run to the bank to get their money out. The cash reserve ratio is only 3 to 10%. If you go to the Federal Reserve website, they tell you that for a bank with 15.5 million to 115.1 million, their cash reserve ratio is 3%. If a bank have a transaction more than 115.1 million, their cash reserve ratio is 10%. So if all the people go to the bank all at once, probably the bank will not have enough money for the withdrawal. To diversify your risk, to diversify from the US dependent asset, you probably want to hold Canadian dollars or Swiss franc or Singapore dollars. For Canadian dollars, Canada has a stable government system, and also they are commodity-based currency. They have natural resources. For Swiss franc, Switzerland is always a safe haven for the super rich to hide their asset in Switzerland anyway. During in the past history, World War I and World War II, Switzerland is always declared herself neutral. So, and also Singapore dollars. Singapore dollars has a stable government. Legendary investor Jim Rogers, he and his family moved to Singapore. Invest in hard assets like land, farm, real estate, gold, silver, or museum quality fine arts. During hyperinflation, your fiat paper money probably will depreciate 50 to 100%. But if you hold hard asset, it will retain the value. If you have land, you can, even though after Civil War or after World War I or World War II, you can still go back to have to develop your land. And if you have a producing farm during the financial crisis, you are self-sufficient. You don't have to rely on anybody. Real estate, gold, and silver and fine arts will retain the value during financial crisis. Consider put some money in the cryptocurrency. Right now, Bitcoin is at all-time high. It is very portable. You can transfer money to anybody, anywhere around the world. There's no currency control. You are basically your own bank as long as you keep your private key. It is totally decentralized. So make sure you keep your private key safe, and if you have large amount of money, put it in the cryptocurrency hard wallet. There's a whole bunch of hard wallet like KeepKey, Trezor, the Ledger. I like Trezor because it's a Unix based. Write down the password in a paper and put it in a very safe place. You may also consider get out of the bond market. The purchasing power of the dollar is declining by 15 to 20% over 10-year period. The bond yield is only about 5%. And by the way, the next bubble may be coming out from the bond market. I think last week, former Fed Chairman Alan Greenspan had issued a warning, basically a warning of a bond market bubble. You may want to take a look at this article. So to protect yourself and your family, make sure you have at least 1 month of food, water, medicine, antibiotics, basic necessity, or personal hygiene products. Just imagine when you go to the supermarket or everything is empty, the shelf is empty. If you ran out of toilet paper, you're in trouble. And invest in a good water filtration system. I use Berkey filter system because it is pretty robust. It filters pesticide, heavy metals, pharmaceutical waste, bacteria and virus, and it is very portable. So if I move across the country, I can bring the filter system with me. And if you like the system, you can check the link below. Make sure you protect yourself with guns and ammunition. During those crises, probably there will be a lot of social unrest, so you want to protect your family with guns and ammunitions. Be self-sufficient and grow your own vegetables. Raise a few hens, use rain barrel to collect rainwater, use solar panel to generate electricity, buy a generator. A generator probably short term because it will run out of gas. So gather all your critical documents like birth certificate, passport, and insurance policy. There's an article in New Yorker's magazine. Here is basically talk about doomsday prep for the super rich. So this article is dated on January 30th, 2017, which is this year. You can see like some of the richest people in America, in Silicon Valley, New York, and beyond are getting ready for the crack up of civilizations. So in the picture here, this is a bunker, basically in Wichita, Kansas. Outside, you have an armed guard to guard the outside of the entrance. This is basically a luxury apartment inside the bunker. Each of the apartment costs $3 million. By the way, all the luxury apartment is also out. So this is the super rich prepared for the doomsday. Steve Hoffman, the 33 years old co-founder and CEO of Reddit, which valued at $600 million. He did a LASIK surgery because he's afraid that during doomsday he cannot get contact lens or glasses. Another, I think, former Facebook product manager, Anthony Martinez, he bought 5 acres of an island. Actually, he bought 5 acres on an island in Pacific Northwest. He also brought in generators, solar panel, and thousands of rounds of ammunition. So he also prepared for some kind of social unrest as well. And another Bay Area people, Tim Chang, he is a 44 years old managing director at Mayfield Fund, a venture capital firm. He and his wife basically has a bags already packed for themselves, and along with their 4 years old, and they're 4 years old as well. So he has a bag ready to go in case something happened. And when you read underneath, probably along the way, a lot of wealthy Americans get another passport in New Zealand. Peter Thiel, very early Trump supporter, he also get his New Zealand passport. So stay away from the city and move to rural area or move to a good neighborhood. During the past, if there's riot or social unrest, it's most likely happen in a city or in a bad, in a not a very good neighborhood. So if not feasible, carry your gun and ammunition. Be sure you have enough ammunition, because not only you prepare for this, the government also stockpile tons of ammunition as well. If feasible, get another passport so you can be out of the country until the turmoil resolved. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. I hope this is not going to happen, but with the directions right now, it seems like we may head to that directions. If you like the channel, subscribe. We welcome donations. Remember, be wise. We, the people, take control of our own money. Stay calm, stay safe. Peace.